The word valedictorian comes from the Latin word valedictus, which means to bid farewell. Tradition dictates that the student reaching the highest level of academic achievement receives the honor of bidding his or her classmates farewell and provides them with some departing words of wisdom as they venture forth any way the wind blows. Our valedictorian, Juliana Brown, earned this honor with an impressive 4.7 GPA while taking 14 AP classes during her high school career and earning an AP capstone diploma. Juliana balanced this academic rigor with extensive leadership as the president of the Thespian Honor Society, president of the National Honor Society, and vice president of the Art Honor Society. She was the designer of the Art Patio, an SGA representative, a member of the Cultural Exchange Club, and she participated in 10 plays and musicals at LMP and in the surrounding community. You are truly a star in the multitudes, filling the darkness with order and light, and your voice will be heard across the silence. Juliana will attend Florida State University as a presidential scholar in FSU's honors program this fall. Go Noles. Juliana will leave her mark on LMP as a brilliant student, a gifted artist, an incredibly talented performer, and a leader in service. She makes sure the colors of the world are changing day by day. We look forward to watching the ways in which Juliana will use her gifts and her grit to make the world we dream about the one we live in now. It is my honor to present to you the 2026 Lake Mary Preparatory School valedictorian, Juliana Brown.
Good morning, teachers, staff, family, friends, and my fellow graduates. As many of you know at this point, I've spent a considerable amount of time over the years on a variety of stages, some similar to this one. Actually, I've performed on this exact one a few times. I've lived a decade of my life in the warmth of the stage lights. I've peeled rolls worth of mic tape off my face, passed the squeeze in show circles, said the weirdest phrases in vocal warm-ups, and met some of the kindest, most talented kids across the state. But I always find myself back on the LMP stage. In theater, friendships often fade in and out. A lot of times you become close with a fellow actor or director during one show and never see them again after that. But I've always been able to rely on the strength of my relationships at LMP. I still greet my third grade teacher, Mrs. Seitz, when I see her in the halls. I've worked with my fourth grade teacher, Mrs. Fiorentino, on musicals throughout high school. It is truly unique that I am able to say I see every single one of my lower school teachers regularly. Even Mrs. Petrowski has seen me at every age, as we grew up together in a way, following each other up the LMP ladder. But I have also grown up with classmates and friends. I met Isabella and Jocelyn in 2nd grade and Ahana in 7th grade. I'm honored to still be able to call you my best friends, even after all these years. Whether it's moving to a new school from Ohio, the 5th grade moving out breakfast, an unexpected transition on Zoom, or even 8th grade graduation, some of us have gone through every transition year, and now we've run out. On a random Tuesday, I started listing some of the most memorable moments from my time here, so I thought I would include a few to cement them in our memories before we go off on our ways to make new ones. Laughing under the shade of the tree in the corner of the lower school playground, playing dragons at Kid Power, going on a St. Augustine trip, late night Among Us FaceTime calls, returning to school in masks, excited to reunite with everyone. Nam and Ryan doing the bend and snap backstage with Legally Blonde. Playing With or Without You in our rock history band with Sir John Niven. Mr. Emerton running after the bus in Spain and almost getting in an altercation with our tour guide. Walking across the field for homecoming court after recruiting alumni for my AP research project. Wandering off into the woods during 8th period to macrame off a tree. Going on another St. Augustine trip. Crying in the On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous seminar as Mrs. Sweezey explains the power of literature. Taking the final bow, and the list goes on. Not a single one of these moments has passed without the encouragement and support of my parents. My mom, herself a high school valedictorian, has taught me how to be driven and hardworking, but also to take moments to enjoy the spoils of my labor and lead with love and selflessness. I know I can always lean on her. From my dad, I have learned loyalty, sacrifice, conscientiousness, humor, and most importantly, pop culture. Thank you for bestowing upon me your knowledge of songs, albums, movies, shows, books, and a whole lot of randomness. Thank you both for making every dream I ever had possible, and along with Miles and Abigail, making me feel loved endlessly. To the class of 2026, right here, right now, this is our moment. Every test, every frantic study session, every ounce of work that we put in over the past 4 years culminates here. This year we've experienced so many laughs together, and now we are on the last turn of the final lap, finish line in sight. Today is the last opportunity for us to look into all the eyes of the people we grew up learning under and learning with. I think so much of our lives have been lived through other people, whether in movies, books, shows, video games, that we sometimes forget ourselves and how far we come. But right now, we are here, experiencing this milestone. This isn't the moment of Troy Bolton or Rory Gilmore or Patrick Stewart or any other fictional graduate. This is ours. We are graduating. Thank you to everyone who has been a part of this incredible journey, family, teachers, staff. But now we must stride ahead, beyond the familiar. We have all been given this incredible opportunity, and now it's time for us to make something of it. Of course, the future is daunting. Everything happening around us in the present is frightening and confusing. But now more than ever, it is imperative that we learn to listen to each other and, most importantly, feel deeply. That is something that is becoming increasingly forgotten, but is our greatest strength as humans. We have the power to be moved by each other and our art and everything we are passionate about. Our generation is the future. It is our job to make the world we dream about come true. In the wise words of Walt Whitman, expanded on by John Keating, that the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be? Thank you to my parents for fostering my love for music and teaching me that I have a voice. Thank you to Mr. Stanley for entrusting me with a microphone for the first time in 2nd grade. And thank you to LMP for entrusting me with one ever since. Thank you.